Day 1. Salvage ship, the Wretched. Flight engineer, Jack Horn, otherwise known as Scruffy, reporting. The other members of the crew are dead, and the engines remain non-operational. Though ship integrity remains good and life support systems are still active, I successfully jettisoned the intruder from the airlock, but it remains alive and continues to try to access the ship. With a little luck, I can repair the distress beacon and somebody will pick me up. This is Jack Horn. Everyone calls me Scruffy. The last survivor of the Wretched. Signing off. Day 2. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Jack Horn reporting. It was a busy day today. I knew it would be, but it was harder than I thought it would be. I started the day this morning finding it hard to catch my breath. Eventually it dawned on me that the oxygen system had gone offline. I fixed it fairly easily and discovered that the creature had set up home in the vents before we removed it from the ship. This seemed to have been its nest. It was full of sticky residue, and it was the thought of it makes me feel sick even now. Once I got it fixed, I stood in silence, and I took note of the rhythmic inhale and exhale of the gas ventilation. Quiet, comforting, and I was surprised to notice that I could have not noticed its absence at all. Although, with everything going on, I suppose it made a lot of sense. I left the room and returned to the bridge, and became slowly aware that the noise had returned, and I could still hear it even in the bridge, or at least a similar noise. Somehow that breathing and hyperventilation of gas was there again, loud and clear. It was then I became aware by glancing at the camera that the creature was outside of the bridge directly above me. And I noticed that the sound seemed to be in time with the movement of its body. I'm not ashamed to admit that I left the room immediately and was surprised to notice that the further I got away from the bridge, the quieter the noise became. Somehow, I can hear a breathing noise when it's close. I don't understand how this can have happened, but I tested it again and again all over the ship, waiting for the creature to be elsewhere, looking for it on the cams, following it, and testing the noise and the distance from the alien. No matter where it was, whenever I followed it, I heard it, that breathy noise. I can sense when it's near, and the closer it gets, the louder the slow, rhythmic sound becomes. I don't know if that's good or bad. Distracted by this, I failed to notice a fire flare-up in engineering before it got wildly out of control. I don't know how it started, but I was forced to jettison one of the engines in order to save the ship from burning. It feels like a lot, even saying it just now. I'm exhausted. But there's more. The scanners, when I returned to the bridge, the long-range scanners, showed a large object that periodically blipped in and out from the screen. It kept appearing and disappearing. A few times I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. I'm starting to think that all my senses are playing tricks on me with breathing and everything, but I have to assume that what I see in here is right. It's only been one day since I've been alone. I can't be going mad already. So I have to assume it's there. Something is out there. And I can only hope that it's another ship, civilization, other humans, and rescue. It's a chance. Invigorated by this discovery, I found a new lease of energy and decided to spend the remainder of the day just taking apart the engine, putting it back together in an attempt to fix it so that we can make some real progress towards that blip. I unfortunately didn't have very much success fixing the engine, and I fear I may have made things worse than better. I tried rewiring different parts of the system and taking things apart, putting them back together, and I can't remember how they were when I started. The ship isn't working still, and I fear I'll never put it back to how it was when I started trying to fix the engine. I only wish that my fellow crew was still alive. I used the ID from our head engineer in order to get access to the engine room. And I know that if Norm was alive, he'd have fixed it in no time. I'm reminded of the way he died, and it was all a bit too much. At that point, I just decided to leave the day there and come and record this log before I settle down for the night. Hopefully, I won't hear that rhythmic breathing sound tonight. This is Scruffy signing out. Day 3. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Jack Horn reporting. It was a much quieter day today. I haven't got as much done as yesterday, and there's still a lot to do. There are scars from our fight with the creature throughout the ship. In every hallway, plasma rifle discharges can be seen, and in many rooms, blood and other fluids abound. I spent the morning cleaning up most of the important problems and attempting to patch up any major internal damage. It feels so wrong to leave so much uncleaned, but I know I need to prioritize the main rooms and the main areas of the ship that need fixing. Some rooms I'm still reluctant to return to, and luckily they were not on today's itinerary for the major areas to be fixed up. I spent a good deal of time by engineering, and at one point I realized I needed to climb into a narrow crawl space just outside engineering to fix some faulty lighting there. Whilst I was there, squeezed in between the cables and the hull of the ship, I heard it again. The creature's breathing. I still don't know how I am able to hear it through the ship, but I can, and I knew it was there. So close. I nearly panicked and fled, but I stayed there and I did the job, and the lighting's fixed. I feel a bit shaken still, but I feel good that I managed to get the tasks done today. I returned here to record the log, and I think I'm going to turn in early tonight. I'll try and be more productive tomorrow. Day 4. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Jack Horn reporting. Scruffy reporting. I kept awake most of the night last night. The creature was nearby, and I heard it. I began to wonder in my nighttime thoughts whether the noise, the breathing, might be an attempt to communicate. And I played with the idea of naming it. Perhaps it's an intelligent creature. Maybe it should have a name. Maybe I shouldn't just call it the creature. I think that makes sense, to stop calling it the creature. I tried to dismiss that idea at first, but it took hold of me. And eventually, intrusive thoughts wouldn't leave my mind. I couldn't shake the idea that it had a name or needed a name. Yes. I imagine it out there in the void, and I wonder how it can survive out there. Voider. That's what I'm calling it. Voider. I don't know why, but that feels right. My brain went quiet when I said that, when I thought that, and I was able to sleep. My last thought of, I must avoid the voider. I think Norm would have liked that one. When I did wake up, I had a pretty awful start. The sewage silo had sprung a leak, and it smelt terrible. Shit was very real indeed. My mind, for the first time since I started recording these logs, and well, before that, was completely taken away from Voider. It was gross. Wretched. It's hard to describe in words the smell. I don't think I'll try. I don't even want to think about it anymore. But I fixed it as quickly as humanly possible. At least that's one problem solved for now. As I was passing the officer's mess, I tried to avert my eyes from the carnage inside, as I often do. But I'm sure I saw something move. I don't know what it was. I steeled myself, and even slightly nauseated after the activities of the morning, I checked that everyone in there was definitely dead. Nobody had survived, as I'm obviously. After the previous stench of the silo, I couldn't bring myself to move them, but I know that there was a movement. I don't think it can have been a trick of the light. The lights were fine. My deepest dread is that it could be more creatures like Voider, but I sincerely hope it's not. It was almost a relief to see Voider outside the ship when I returned to the cams on the bridge. Here's hoping. Before ejecting him, while he was rampaging the ship, I didn't get a good look at Voider. I still haven't, beside the grainy image of its rising and falling bulky mass on the bridge cams. But I heard it while I hid in the chaos. It made rasping, sucking sounds. Sorry. It's difficult to describe it. It was an alien sound. There were pops and clicks in there. But there was always a drawing, rasping noise. I can almost hear it now. It felt almost human, but ancient, terrifying, like a really, really old person trying to get their breath, a dying person trying to catch their breath. But it was deeper than that, and there was a vitality to it. I'm going to stop talking. This is not helping. Day 5. The salvage ship, the Wretched, flight engineer, Scruffy. Jack Horn, reporting in. It's been a good day today. It's been a hard day today, a bit. Let me start at the beginning. It was hard at the start of today. This morning, I heard a skittering, scraping sound in the vents, and I must admit, I feel like there might be something there. I could just be overthinking and worrying too much. My mind might just be playing tricks on me, but I decided to err on the side of caution, especially because of what I saw yesterday, or think I saw yesterday. And I've decided to move a lot more cautiously around the ship and Listen closely for any sounds. I worry that the void of bread, that nest I found, something might have been born there. Anyway, I need to fix the ship. I've decided I need to get everything resolved. I need to get everything fixed so that I have the best chance of rescue. I need to do everything I can to get rescued as quickly as possible before it grows. Yeah, there might not be anything there, but the worst case, if there is, I don't think it knows I'm here yet. I don't think it's sensed me. It's not looking for me. So even if it has, it's obviously not able to do anything to me. I mean, if it was Voider, I'd be dead already. But I think I've been a bit too reckless running around the ship making noise. I'm going to try and be quieter and listen. And on that note, I've also decided I'm going to fortify the bridge and stay here from now on. I'll sleep in the bridge. I'll move only to fix on the ship, and I'm making this place a home. I've got everything set up now. Anyway, that was the morning. Then the proximity alarms kept going off because of the creature outside the ship. So I've had to disable them. That's not the best thing, but I can't have that noise constantly going off. It's not right. And besides, I know where it is. I can hear it. If it's above me, I can hear it. I know it's nearby. Right? So what's the point in the proximity alarms? It's not like we're moving anywhere. It did make me think, though. It's been 5 days and that void is still out there, still surviving on the ship. And it makes me wonder if it has a purpose, whether it's coming to find us and destroy us, seek us out, or if it's just trying to defend itself, if it's acting on impulse. It's hard to not wonder these sort of things sometimes. Anyway, with that in mind, whatever it's trying to do, I've decided I can't sit still. I can't stay where I am and just do nothing. Like I decided already, I need to work on improving my chances for rescue. And I identified that the antenna needed fixing, the main antenna outside the ship. And that was the rub there. It was outside the ship. It was a pretty horrid thought that I'm going to have to EVA to fix it. It was damaged when I evacuated the creature, and as it blew out into space, it scrambled for purchase on the hull. It knocked the thing clean off. I know there's a spare. I've located it. Didn't have to use anyone else's keycards for that. Flight engineer Thorn, that was all me. Scruffy's on the job. And I'm not going to lie, it was terrifying. But I figured out, at least out there, I knew where the creature was. I could see it on the cams, and I set up a camera feed that I took with me, so I was able to keep an eye on it. Whereas, if there's one in here, damned if I do. So I just did it. And I fixed it. No problem. I went out, kept an eye on the cams. It didn't come anywhere near me. Stayed on the other side of the ship, and the antenna is working. It was textbook. No one would have been proud. Anyway, I went in, returned to the bridge, and I kind of rewarded myself with a bit of a nap. Unfortunately, I got woke up by an alarm. It was the fire suppression had gone off in the main cafeteria. I can only assume it was a faulty wire that caused it to activate. When I did get there and decided to see to find out what was going on, the fire had already been quelled by the fire suppression system. I can only assume it was, like I say, a faulty wire there. Hopefully, just something that was damaged in the scuffle beforehand, and nothing new causing that problem. But who knows? But yeah, I decided to, as a safety measure, to deactivate all power to that area. If this thing is on board the ship, if there's another creature here and it's hanging around the cafeteria, let's not give it any more wires to chew off and fires to start. I pray that puts an end to any more rude awakenings. Anyway, after checking out that fire and seeing my former crewmates again, as much as I tried not to look at them, I decided to take a quick stop off at the crew quarters to fetch what I needed and get all my stuff I needed for the bridge. And you know, it feels a bit embarrassing to say, but I wanted to stop in and check on their quarters and maybe find some sense of connection with them again. I didn't know I'd missed them this much already. It was in Norm's quarters, actually. I found an unexpected gift, a tool I'd been looking for. You know, it's crazy. We worked together so much in engineering and in the different systems, and I remember now that tool would have been exactly what I needed for the job in engineering that I botched a couple of days ago. So I've got it now, hooray! And hopefully that'll make the jobs a bit easier in the future. But hey, with this in my hand and with the antennae up, I'm feeling good. Today was a good day. Today was a good day. I feel like hopefully we can get things done. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Day 5. Day 6. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Jack Horn. Flight engineer Jack Horn. Scruffy. Reporting. I feel like I was a bit optimistic yesterday, and yeah, this feels a bit silly, but I'm going to just say what I was thinking today. And I've been on a bit of a roller coaster, trying to keep positive, trying to keep going. There's good things that happened today. It's definitely good things. I don't think I made any significant progress, but I've stopped things getting worse. That's the kind of highlight. I'm looking at the monitors since we've had the antennae up, and I thought by now I'd have seen more blips. Maybe that blip I saw before would be clear in focus. I haven't seen it since I said about it in my logs. And I know it's just a matter of time. I just need to sit, keep looking, wait, and I'll see the monitor spring into life. Someone will answer my hails and we'll be good. We'll be good. Something will happen. But I've been thinking about what if it doesn't? What if, I never see land or light again? It's just darkness, space, the void. What if I never have a conversation again? Except for with you, the microphone. Yeah, it doesn't feel great. I try not to think about it, but, it's there. And when I'm not recording, when I'm not talking, it's hard not to look out at the blank monitors and hear the silence, or worse, not hear silence. And I almost want to break something just to hear an alarm go off. Although, to be fair, there's been plenty of that going on as well. So let's get to it. What happened today? Well, First, I noticed the creature moving on the cameras, as it often does, wandering around. But this time, it went out of shot, out of screen, and I ended up seeing an alert for the habitat modules. And by the time I got there, it had dislodged it. It was tearing it apart and managed to pull it off into space. The best I could do was to seal off the area before the creature could gain any real access to the ship. It was a tense moment. It felt like a little bit of a race against time there. I was welding as quickly as I could and sealing off different things. And I didn't want to think what would happen if I didn't manage to do it before that module came apart. But the module's gone now. Habitat 3 is gone. That's fine. We didn't need that anyway. There's still 2 more. I'm not going to lie. It's a bit of a blow to the ship. The thing's on its last legs already. But I think if we just keep at it, keep positive, we'll see. On a brighter note, power went out throughout the ship. That doesn't sound that bright, but it gets better. And while I was trying to fix it, I noticed the backup generator started to fail too, which would have been catastrophic. I'd needed to have taken parts from, I don't even know where I'd have got the parts for it. And those things would never have worked again. It would have been game over for some of the other systems in the ship. I'd have been literally tearing it apart to fix it. But I had Norm's tool, the Astro Wrench, as it's called. Stupid name, I know, but oh my god, it was an absolute lifesaver. It did the fixes I needed. It was able to create the material I needed to fix the backup generators without having to take the pieces from elsewhere. If I do get back to civilization, if I do survive this, you'll have to use me as the spokesman for the Astro Wrench, because it saved my life today. Well, we'll see. I'm not dead yet, so hooray! And thank God for Norm and his tools. Yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings. I'm holed up here in the bridge now. It was actually surprisingly comfortable getting to sleep last night. Besides staring at the monitors a bit too long, like I mentioned earlier. But hopefully, I'll be getting used to it now. I haven't heard or seen any news of our potential unwanted guest, so that's good. I think, we'll see if tomorrow brings some more good news, and hopefully we can get out of this mess. This is Scruffy signing off. Okay, day 7. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Jack Horn, Scruffy, reporting in. Wow. Okay, so a good day, a really good day. The headline today is that after days of trying, I finally managed to repair the distress beacon. I did it early on this morning, actually, and then the rest of the day has kind of gotten away from me. But wow, I can't express what this means in terms of systems and operations. We've got the beacon finally up and whirring, and with the antennae boosting the signal, which I fixed the other day, I'm finally broadcasting on long range. It really is only a matter of time now before I'm heard. The short range signals that I was sending out before, if I'm truly honest, were a bit of a pipe dream. The chances of anyone coming that close and not noticing they were, of anyone coming that close were really low. But now I can't say exactly how far the range that we're broadcasting, but it's good. It's far. All the lights are green, and my coordinates are loud and clear. SOS. Spaceman down. This is Major Scruffy to the universe. Can you hear me? Yes, and hopefully someone will hear me. Obviously, the actual message is much more official than that. The coordinates are all there. It's good. Hopefully someone will hear it. Wow, it made me really sit back and think when I finished it about the event. I've not really stopped and recounted it for this log and even to myself, but I remember as soon as the alien revealed itself, Captain Curran diving into harm's way. He protected us all. He bought us the best chance we had to face it. It meant we were all able to get to the main canteen and hold up, and that was all him. That was complete heroism. I don't know how to describe it. So, I mean, yeah, I won't do it justice here. I will, of course, have a full report written up when I get the chance. But he saved us, and not only the captain, because obviously us holding up didn't last. The Voider breached the canteen eventually, and whilst we were prepared for it, and thanks to the fact that we were prepared for it and the bravery of every other crewmate, especially, I must say, Chief Engineer Norm, who entered the airlock with Voider, with that thing, so that I could jettison it. He went into the airlock so it would follow him, knowing I can't express the sacrifice that everyone made and the bravery that they all showed. The only reason we were able to get that thing off the ship was because of them, because of everyone. I'm not going to forget any of them at all. Amy Payne, Simon Lagan, Jane Goff, Captain Curran, and of course Norm. I owe my life to everyone, and the sacrifices and the bravery and the quick thinking they all show. I mean, even if it's only bought me this week, that's a week. It's not nothing. Yeah, they're heroes, every single one of them. Let's get back to it. Systems reports. So another system broke today. This time, this was kind of my fault. The lock system in the bridge is broken. The main door into the bridge, I had to force it open. It will not open and close now. I've had to lock it in place. This is because the stupid reinforcements I tried to put on the place and to keep the monster out ended up breaking the whole system. The locks are gone. They're shot. It's not good. I've obviously been able to lock the other door further down the corridor, and it is just a straight corridor into the bridge, so it's essentially locked in the same way, but I can't really express how vulnerable it feels to have the door to my back wide open, even though I know that I'm sealed off just a few meters down the hall. It feels very vulnerable, very exposed. Yeah. It makes me want to hold up elsewhere and sleep elsewhere, but I know I need to stay here. This is where I'll hear from my rescuers first. This is where I'll hear from them. Yeah. I know this isn't really the place for it, but this is the only place I really get to hear my own voice, and I kind of want to say this. I want to talk this out now. It's been a few nights, and I tried to dismiss it at first, but it's there. I've been having some very strange dreams the past few nights. Dreams about the creature. What happens is it speaks to me. It talks in words I understand. I never remember what it says, but I wake up sweating. I wake up scared. I feel like it's telling me that it's only a matter of time, that it's coming for me, that I'm not alone. It knows me. It knows where I am. And, I tried to put it out of my mind, get on. I've got on, we're doing well, but it feels real. It doesn't feel real. It's real. I know it's real. I know beyond a reasonable doubt that if somebody doesn't find me soon, it will. It will find a way to get to me. And it feels kind of like it's almost toying with me. I thought I needed to say that, and I'm glad I did. But I hope someone finds me soon. Very soon. Yeah. One day at a time. Day 8 tomorrow. Day 8 tomorrow. I'll be here. Day 8. I'll be here watching the distress beacons. I'm staying here. I don't know why, but I know why. I don't want to stop. I don't want to sleep. I just want to report more. Yeah. Plans for tomorrow, I guess. I think really it's just about tackling anything that comes up. Hopefully the ship will just stay steady, broadcast that beacon, and maybe if I'm quiet, maybe if I'm still, stay in the bridge as much as possible. Maybe Voider won't come. I'll be here. Day 8 tomorrow. Day 8. This is Flight Engineer Jack Horn, Scruffy. Everyone knows me as Scruffy. Reporting in. See you tomorrow. Day 8, day 9 tomorrow, I'll be here. 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 Day 8. What's that? Oh. No, shit!